And just like that, we are done with these chapatis, and now let's get packing. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I had already started making these chapos, then nikakumbuka I can do some story time, you know. So we are making 30 plain chapatis. These ones are going to South Africa. Huyu customer, she's not a first time customer. She has been away. Amekuwa US for like 5 months or so, and then when she came back, even before she left the airport, the first thing she talked to me about was chapo. She told me, mimi yaki ni kama niko addicted juu hata sijatoka hata kwa ndege, tumeland sahi na chapati ndo nafikiria. So she told me she's leaving today for South Africa and she wants to carry 30 chapos. So it's been a hectic morning. Today is back to school. If you're watching this, I don't know, I'll upload it today. So leo imekuwa siku ya back to school and I took the kids back to school. So coming back, I was more like in a haste. I'm actually supposed to resume full operations tomorrow, Wednesday. So, but because it's time bound and she's leaving, we have to make it today. So tutapika hizi and then that white. Then we'll also make 20 butternut and 20 white. Nisha kanda unga. I just thought let me now come live. We cook, not live. Record a video because I know I can teach you something as I go about it. If you've not watched the video where I've shown you how to make 30 chapatis, kindly click on I'll tag it here. You can click on that video so that you can watch how to make 30 white chapatis. The order that was going to UK was 30 white and everything is there. So for 30 chapatis, you will see we need 12 cups of all-purpose flour and 1200 ml of warm water. You can use cold or hot, slightly hot, not boiling water, slightly hot water, and salt, you know, and sugar if you want salt and sugar. So watch that video because it's pretty much the very same thing I'm doing right now. 30 chapatis, plain white ones. So I don't think you're going to miss out on anything. I want to give a huge shout out to most of you. Thank you all so much for engaging me in the comments and leaving some very nice and encouraging comments. Very, very insightful recommendations, requests. I appreciate you all so much. Let's keep growing. I told you this, I'm going to be very intentional about this channel and I'm going to be uploading as much content as I possibly can. I owe you a fluffy pancakes recipe. I'm going to do that. I also owe you samosas recipe, how to fill and cook. I hope you've watched how to make samosa pockets. That's the previous video that I uploaded. Kindly watch it, learn how to make samosas, especially if you have kids, yeah? Even if not for yourself, kids love snacks. It's such a nice thing when you can make quick snacks for them. And for samosas, you can always pre-make them and then you freeze them. So you only be deep frying the ones you need at a particular time. The reason why I keep telling you to measure your ingredients is because, especially if you're in business, it saves you a lot. You don't have to waste money making more than you need. You can tell precision helps a lot as far as, you know, keeping track of your profits. Also saves you time, because imagine if you wanted to make 30 chapatis and you end up making 50. You see how much precision helps? I'm probably just going to get exact amount of chapos I needed, and that is 30 pieces. If this dough ball is bigger, the remaining bit you're going to subdivide it and tuongeze kwa zile, the ones that are here. So there we have our 30 chapatis. This is the only remaining dough ball. I'm going to just subdivide this one. I prefer doing this instead of making a small chapati. For me, I find this okay. If you prefer making a tiny chapo, it's okay. Again, it's not such a big deal. Okay. If you're watching and enjoying this video, click that subscribe button if this is your first time here. If this is not your first time, comment, share. Let me know where you're watching me from. And also, you can always drop your request on what you want us to make. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that has been watching and saying this is their first time and they subscribe. And they also say they have learned something from my videos. You're the ones that make this worthwhile. I was just videos nobody's commenting there, then I would feel, like my efforts are wasted. So whenever you engage me in the comments, it really warms my heart. I also try as much as I can to reply to all of you. I try much not to ignore any of your comments, be it a compliment, a suggestion. Everything is welcome on this channel. So this 30, the next stage will be rolling and folding them so that we can have the layered chapatis. There are people who usually stop at this point, and it's okay, you still end up with chapatis. Only difference is that the ones that you cook without folding do not end up layered there. And because we want to enhance the cooking, layering your chapatis is not just about the looks, it also enhances cooking from the inside out. That's why I encourage people to at least try, practice, and cook layered chapatis. And once you have had layered chapati, you will never look back. It's such a fulfilling thing. It also makes you see, a very big change. You enjoy eating your chapos because people say you can peruse through the layers. So pretty much it's not complicated, and it takes practice. Once you get a hang of it, you're good to go. So purpose to try to make layered chapos whenever you're making chapos for your family. Yes, thank you all so much. There are people who challenged me to revive my YouTube channel, really, and they told me, you know what, because I've been spending most of my time on TikTok, so they were requesting and saying you should be uploading video. And because it's not easy to juggle between all these platforms, I thought at least if I come here and post a video here, it will help. So for me, it takes me 10 minutes to roll and fold. From this stage, it takes me 10 minutes to roll and fold 30 chapatis. The reason I roll them in twos is because my rolling pin is long enough and can accommodate two. If yours is not, you're free to use, to just roll one at a time. But if you can and do like I am, it will save you time. So I'm just dusting them so that they don't stick onto each other. You can see I'm placing some on top of each other. And it's good to know that at this stage, shape doesn't really matter. This is not a stage where you have to roll them all around. It doesn't really matter. You can roll them into oval shapes, and then once you have applied your oil and folded into the dough balls, then when you're cooking is when you should try at least and have them circular in shape. I'm so used to TikTok lives, so I almost told you to tap your screens. This is funny. That is what actually was going through my head. I almost said tap your screen. If you know TikTok lives, you know you have to keep telling your viewers to tap the screen so that the live stays up. Attribute this to grace and favor. Nothing comes, like, it's never by chance. For me, it's never by chance. So the next stage will be us applying oil and folding these chapatis. This is what sets our chapatis apart. This is what makes layered chapatis. So this is a very important stage, and I hope really you find it worthy. So we are all set. We have our oil. This is for the folding. At this stage we need oil and we need this. So we will be applying oil on one side, dusting it in the flour on the side that you have applied the oil, and folding. The reason we apply oil after folding them, it is so that you can insulate this dough ball from drying out, because we have moving air. Even though it's invisible to the naked eye, there is so much moving air, and if you leave your dough exposed to it, it tends to dry out, and when you're cooking and rolling them, they'll crack, and you don't want that. So that's the reason why after folding them like this, I just brush it with just a little amount of oil. It acts as an insulation, so by the time I'm done, none of these dough balls will have dried out. I had to answer that because it's one of the most frequently asked questions. It gives an illusion that these chapatis are too oily, but trust you me, they are not. They are not. Don't risk leaving your dough exposed to air. Even when you make any other kind of food, be it rice or ugali, and you leave it overnight in the open, it tends to harden on the outside. Same thing applies to the dough or the chapatis. You can't just cook them. You can cook soft chapatis, but then if you leave them exposed to air, they dry out, you know, and you don't want that. So always make sure that your dough is well covered. And as I am now, when you're preparing your dough like this stage, you just use the oil so that you can insulate it, and then by the time you're done, that's when you will cover your dough now, so that you do not leave it in the open for it to dry out. I hope that makes sense, and I know most of you had that question and you did not ask, you see. So if I've answered your question, comment down below and tell me yes, that is for me, because I know some people wonder, why do you apply oil after folding? That's the reason why I do. That is the reason why I do. Another important maybe pointer to give is, once I have applied oil like that, the reason we dust it like that is so that the layers can be enhanced, and also when you're rolling, it won't slide off your rolling pin. Okay, so it enhances the layers will pop more when you actually dust it like that, and then also when you're rolling, it won't be slipping off. You see, everything matters and counts. Every process is important. Every single action contributes to achieving those, you know, soft, flaky chapatis, layered ones, and you really want a perfect chapatis. So nothing good comes in vain. You have to put in the work, which I'm always willing to. For me, the assurance I give my customers is that even if it's the last of the 1000 chapatis, it should be as good as the first one. Yeah. So that is why I don't play when it comes to quality, and I accord every chapati the attention it deserves. I know there are people who would say, why can't you just spread it on the table and just roll it out and apply oil? And this is too much, it's time consuming. I have had people tell me that a lot, that this looks like it's too much work. You could save time by just spreading the entire dough on the table, applying oil and dusting it, and just start cutting into strips. If you go to my oldest videos, that was the style I used to use. And if you compare those chapatis to this one, it's like heaven and earth. The difference is so distinct, like it's just evident. You can tell they are very, very different. Even though they were soft, the layers were not as you know, as defined as they usually are with the ones that I make now. So if you master something that betters the quality, stick with it. So for me, I know, yes, people have suggestions. They can tell me to not do a chapati at a time, but that's exactly why you would choose Chapati Mrs. Chapatis or style over every other. So yeah, you go that extra mile and it ends up being well worth it. You know, I really enjoy doing this. I have a passion for my work. And if you're there and wondering, this is 2026, I don't know where to start, I have a fear that maybe I might want to start something and it fails. Take me as an example. I started this with only faith. I didn't even have capital. I only started with 1 packet of unga, or flour, that is. I try as much as possible to use English so that I don't have to do translations, and everybody watching can also feel included. Like no one feels left out. You know, even though English is not our first language, I try so much. So for inclusivity, I do try. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you are, kindly like, comment and share, and if you're new here, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have found out that in as much as motivation works, sometimes you have to really be intentional and passionate about what you're doing. And that has been a driving force. As far as I know, I feel like my love for what I do propels me to want to wake up and look forward to the day. And I'll be involving you. I'll just want to share mostly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so that you can also be inspired and you can see that nothing is impossible. See, my chapatis have been to different continents and I've never been to all these countries. But do I complain? No, I am so grateful because I know it's just a sign that God can use anything and everything to just put you out there. And sometimes, I usually say even if it is not tomorrow, all these places, if not all, some of these places that my chapatis have been to, I will go there someday and I know for sure I will. You see, it's not so complicated. I'm almost done now with the folding. We only have 4 chapatis remaining. I really enjoy doing this. I truly do. Someone asked me if I eat chapatis. I do. I would be lying if I said I don't eat chapatis. I actually do enjoy eating my chapatis. I'm addicted to them as well. And I pray that I can be redeemed. But who wouldn't want? These chapatis are usually so beautiful. So the only way I'm trying to really, not avoid, but trying to help myself not eat as many chapatis is by making sure, like you have seen, that I don't make extra chapatis. Because if there are extras, sometimes I would add them to my customers' orders, and other times, if I make like 3-4 extras, I will find myself eating one. So I'm trying so much not to make extra chapatis, and there you have it. We have rolled out and folded our 30 chapatis so beautifully. And I know, right? They look so good. So you can imagine when you roll out all these are layers, and there is no way this chapati will not have cooked from the inside out. It will be so well, nicely cooked. I'm also trying to take the shots for the thumbnail in between. So that's it for those ones. Next will be cooking. So up next is this 20 butternut and 20 white ones. So this is another order for a different person. So these are 20 butternut, 20 plain white. We will start with these ones. So again, partitioning your dough, I try so much to be as simple as I possibly can. And you lower it there. So I use this point of my hand to just help me with the shaping. Makes my work very easy. I don't struggle with the shape. I don't know if the music in the background is audible because it might give us some issues, and we don't want that, but I'll be listening as I edit so that if it's too loud, I'll do a voiceover. So here these are 20. I realized I had so much content. I just thought, because I'm such a perfectionist, I felt like, no, I will not be able to edit on time. No, I need to just be putting my content out here. And I'm really glad you guys find it, worthy of your time to watch. And I'm really grateful. We have hit the 7,000 subscribers. Guys, I'm so happy and thrilled. Yeah, every morning I wake up and I'm like, yo, why didn't I start this last year, But this time, I'm not looking back. We're just going to be, walking this journey together. And a whole lot of things I'll be doing for you here. And I know with every video, you'll be learning something. I know some people have told me, oh, I don't have a blender. You don't have to have a blender. In the next video, when I'm making the butternut chapatis from scratch, I'll not use a blender. We will use the boiled butternut squash and mash it, and you'll see you'll still get equally good chapatis. So the next video will be after this. I'll make jahi stew and some butternut chapatis for us during our chapati day for the family. So then I can show you how to make chapatis without, you don't have to say you don't have a blender. You don't need a blender to make pumpkin or butternut chapatis. No. We also want you to know that making chapatis is not for a chosen few. Yeah, you shouldn't feel like you're lacking just because you don't have a blender and think you can't make nice pumpkin chapatis. You can. So this one is a bit less. It would mean I can see there's some doubles that were big. I'll just pinch that off. And I really am happy when some of these things happen so that you can see. You also need to know that when you're making your chapatis, you're not a machine. So some doubles will be bigger. If you notice that they are bigger and you're falling short maybe with one, just like when I have an extra, I try to return that dough to the rest of the doubles by subdividing it equally. That is exactly how you should. You see, it wasn't a full dough ball, but now with the additions, it becomes a full chapati. You should know that I'm not a perfectionist to a point. I'm not a machine. I also do, miss out. But let the error not be of more than one chapati. If it's of more than one chapati, then you probably did not, your cups were not well measured. So there we go. We have our 20 pumpkin chapos of butternut. So you're just going to dust them off like that so that they don't also stick onto each other when I'm rolling. Then we partition the white ones, roll and fold them. Then we now start cooking the ones for South Africa. So when I'm doing all this, remember that now the folded dough balls are also resting. So it also becomes easy. So it's very important for you to allow your dough to sit for a while again, like 10 minutes after folding them, so that the gluten can relax, and when you're rolling, you don't flip back. I have had people ask me, why do my chapatis flip back when I'm rolling? That is why. Always let your dough sit in between the processes. When you divide it, you let it sit a bit. But because I do a lot of chapatis in between all these processes, I'm able to allow my dough to sit for whatever amount of time I need them. And because now we are going to be partitioning the white ones, we don't want to leave this dough uncovered. We are going to cover it like that as we work on the other dough. Okay, so we proceed with the white ones now. Same process. This video is not fast forwarded. I'm not going to, okay, I might fast forward it, but it's not. Rolling and folding, you know the drill by now. I have not even told you how I have been getting people reaching out to me for orders, and they tell me they've just seen my videos on YouTube. I've always thought that people find me on my social media platforms like the Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or X, only for me to be getting orders from YouTube. That is such a huge thing. You know, someone actually told me, and I just quote what they said. They said, I've just seen your video on YouTube and I like your simplicity and how good your chapatis turn out. I'm going to forward this number to my mom. That was so moving. If you're here, shout out to you. Thank you so much for even letting me know that you've watched my video. Appreciate you so much. Then I have had another lady, and I think I mentioned her. I'll keep giving her a shout out because she told me, I know you will not believe that I was watching your videos. I don't even know what I was doing, but I've just seen your video on YouTube and I found your chapos very good. and they don't look oily. And she placed her order for brown chapatis, pre-cooked, and 10 white chapatis. They were going to Kilimani. Thank you so much. Shout out to you all for reaching out to me with inquiries, with, compliments. It really means a lot to me. A lot. It means a lot. I'm going to roll all of them. I'm trying to be very fast so that they don't stick onto each other and embarrass me. Trying to be fast. Comment, let me know, do you think this style is good and worth trying? And have you tried, and did you notice a change in your chapatis? Those are the kind of things that keep me going. My goal is to have your chapatis elevated, like change how you view the entire chapati making process. Lastly, the deserted one, because they were 21. So let's quickly fold these ones. So we are going to start with the butternut ones, because they're the ones we rolled first, so that they don't stick onto each other. Dust them on the side that you have applied your oil. And fold. But I love rolling. I really enjoy rolling because I feel like it brings out my, my perfectionist. And even if you didn't know, you would be like, no, she has an OCD, this one. Yeah, so I really enjoy rolling. And nasikizo kelele, I'm like, kwani all schools are not reopening today? Because why are these kids making a lot of noise out there? Since I'm cooking with 4 pans, try to roll 6 so that I can have a good head start. When you have let your dough sit for enough time, rolling becomes very easy because they don't flip back and the dough is soft and easy to roll. If you've not watched the video where I shared showing the techniques of rolling, even if not a perfect circle, but just rolling the chapatis in the easiest or simplest way possible, there is a video. Kindly click on it, watch it, see where you go wrong. You never know. That is how intentional I am with you. I want you to learn every bit of chapati making and love and enjoy making chapati. So we've rolled 7 and that's it. So we have 7 chapatis ready. Now let's hop into the cooking bit. We have our spatula, and that cake turntable that I was gifted is what I use to place the chapatis once they are cooked. So we have started with the 30 chapatis for the South Africa lady. And now we get into the cooking. Our pans have already preheated. This makes my cooking very easy and fast. If you're new here, kindly subscribe and also watch keenly and see how we cook the chapatis, because you can also do everything right and mess it at this very important stage. So we only pre-cook one side, and on each side I'm going to apply a tablespoon of oil on one side, and that is going to cook both sides. So we are not going to be adding oil to any of these chapatis. If you are not fast at rolling, again I insist, do not try this at home because you don't want to end up with burnt chapatis. This is just for those who know and trust their speed when it comes to rolling. If you know you can roll your chapatis very fast, then you can try this style. If you can't, don't even try to. Just cook slowly but surely. Make sure you make nice chapatis. So the oil we applied on that side will cook both sides. And I know there are people who wonder, does the chapati cook well on both sides? Yes, it cooks well on both sides. It's just that this other side does not cook as beautiful as the side that was layered there. So a chapati has two sides, just like a coin. A chapati has two sides. The side that cooks beautifully, and the side that cooks in a not so beautiful but still cooked. And that is how we cook for chapatis at a go. So as they're pre-cooking, I'm rolling the other ones. I can tell now the side that don't overcook them. You don't want them to burn. Just apply the 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm cooking this over low heat because I want them to allow me time to cook them without rushing, and so that they can also cook very well. For this spatula, in case you'd be wondering where I got it at Naivas. Spatula is good compared to pressing them with your own hands, because even though you don't get direct burns, it can be too hot for you to keep up, especially if you're working long hours like me making chapatis. Your hands will suffer, so you might want to consider getting yourself a good spatula, or a turner rather. It's a turner. So now that I've seen the heat is a bit slow, I've